Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So today we're not going to be doing our dailies, just handing some dailies I did already here. But today what I'm going to be doing is working on making money, and I'm going to show you some ways that I know how to make money, or attempting to make money I should say. And we have a lot of money missing right now. Some of it is because I've invested some of it, but others is because I spent a lot on working on my crafter, which I think it could pay itself off actually. So first of all, I'm going to talk about this vendor here. This vendor alone has 2 items that are pretty good, even 3 at times. Iron ingots, steel ingots, and mithril ingots. And basically, if you check the prices here, you can see what they sell for the full stack there. So 625 and 50. And so that's not too bad. And these I were selling for like 75k. These were selling for about 50. So these make a little bit more profit overall. But it was still, you know, like in a sense, it was making 25k. It was making 25k. So even though I wasn't making double on the mithril, it was still making me 25k. And so I filled up my inventory with a bunch of it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. They ate a lot of my money, of course. But I'm okay with that. The thing is, I can always make my money back, I'm sure, because people are going to sell it lower than what it costs to, purchase pretty much, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's not a bad thing. So I redid, it's kind of an advertising scheme, I guess. I don't know if it'll work or not. And, but basically I named my, my porters Stone Legion YouTube and Stone Legion YouTube, dash there. I just thought it might be a fun thing to maybe over time be able to attract people to my channel, just a way to advertise, but it's not a big deal if it doesn't. So look at this list on here. Look at that: vintage Kane, walnut fishing rod, rosewood fishing rod, and withered pick. So 3 of those items I crafted. The wither pick, meh, that's just what you get from the guy behind me. But these 3 items here have made us a pretty penny, almost 150k. Not counting the the costs and stuff. So I'm going to take a picture of that. The reason I do that is that way it's on my side monitor. That way I can say, oh, I need to refill those up over time. So that's awesome on there. So let's go ahead and entrust them with draw. We'll just do negative here, and there you go. So my banks are starting to fill up. So that's the one guy. And then the other one here is going to have probably some sales as well, because I think they sold the other stuff. So V sale history, there you go. Look at that. Mithril ingot, mithril, steel, mithril, and steel. And then cobalt, that was hand done. Probably not worth my time. I'm starting to learn that as much as I enjoy going and doing botany stuff and whatnot, it's not really worth the time of going there, sitting there, mining it, running back and forth. It just seems like a waste, in my opinion. If the prices are higher, and if there's a spike or something, maybe it's worth it. But I think crafting, oddly enough, something I haven't really done in most MMOs, is the way to go, which I kind of been doing. So either way, you can see they sold for a decent price. So we can escape out of there. Let's go ahead and get our money out of there, because we do deserve it. And there, look at that. So we're starting to, we were back to roughly where I was, a few days ago. Now, I had, like 1.5 mil, so that's going to take a bit, but I'm hoping to restore that over time. And, with my current investment as well. So now what we're going to do is sell items on the market. So I have a bunch of things on here already. Even the iron isn't going for much, which, the iron I think was 6k, so I mean, if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. But yeah, somebody's cutting me slightly off. So, I mean, I could do 176 at this point. And then same with this one, 176. But, you're playing with such small numbers. It's just, it gets to the point more on the meh. Let's see if somebody's put any of these on here. I'm thinking this is going to be a hit and miss, basically, scenario. So I'm hoping I can, cash on there. Somebody is putting it on there. So what you do on here is you do 19,499. I know that sounds creepy, but, that's 500, 499 more gil that you earn, right? And if you do it too much, he'll undercut you by maybe another 500. But if you just do it 1 penny under, in a sense, or $1 under, you don't have that issue of keeping on going down and down and down, because really you're fighting against somebody else who's selling it, and you're just going to get harmed by that, in my opinion. So that's why I think you should be careful with this. These are marked too high. I'm hoping over time they'll sell just because somebody will grab a bunch of them, but it's not looking good at this point. The market's kind of gotten a little more saturated from originally what they were selling for. I was hoping to get a bunch sold for a higher price. Maybe over the weekend it'll happen. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe I'll store them and then sell them, you know, half a year later down the road. To me, that's not a big deal. So that's why I don't mind holding on to those. And I don't mind taking them off as well to make room. So here we go. Like, we can look at the sale history here. And this guy went crazy buying basically everything off of here. So we're at $795. The cheapest price now is $997. So we can do this. $996. Boom. There you go. Copy and paste. And there you go. So if we sell those at that price already, we're making a nice profit. And we're kind of winning the market on that sense. So I'm going to go ahead and list all of it because it just seems worth it, you know. And it is Friday night when I'm recording. Of course, you guys probably not watching this on a Friday, or it could be on a Friday. It could be even on a Friday morning when you're watching this. It depends on, you know, how that goes. But you know, the sake of it going so well, I'd like to sell it at a fair, you know, decent price here. Here you go. This guy, these people are willing to go up to 1,000 a piece. Isn't that insane? So if we set this to say 950, right? Watch this. If it sells, then I've made ridiculous amount. I could go higher, but I don't want to tempt fate either by making somebody just a little disgruntled and say, screw this, I'm not dealing with it. So that's the kind of the idea where I just don't want to overly do it. So let's take return to my inventory, right? Yeah, let's do that. And let's put this 1,000 on here as well. Okay. There you go. And yeah, let's get rid of that Stone Legion, because I just don't want that Stone Legion to be kind of running out. You know, like I want that one on the market right now showing. I don't want it, you know, messing around. So if you go iron, excuse me, ingot. I covered it in time. I sneezed really hard there. There you go. We are now the cheapest for the iron there. And if we check the steel ingot, that's the nice thing about ingot. Can't even say that. There you go. So we're the cheapest on that, right? So that's the kind of the thing, right? We're gonna fight people on this myth. It was mithril, right? Mithril. And there you go. Look at that. So we are the only the only people basically undercutting everyone. That'll change, and even then, I'm not gonna run back and forth trying to fight against people day and night. I'll just go off, do my thing, even go to bed, and then if I feel like tomorrow readjusting the prices, I will. As I see it, eventually somebody's gonna go in there and just go boom, 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 for whatever reason, and that's when I make my profit, which clearly it showed that happened today. And if I had a bunch more listed there at the time, I would have been a little bit more richer as well. So I think that's pretty cool to see, you know, that actually working in action, kind of giving you a thing. And it's a hit and miss. It might happen, might not. You know, it might work today, might work tomorrow, it might not, you know. And it depends on what it is. You know, we found an item from a vendor, which is, you know, not really locked. It just is slightly locked behind the story, which most people shouldn't be affected by. You don't require rep or anything. It's the neutral items. But even then, people are kind of lazy and nor don't pay attention. So that works in our favor, honestly. That's a win for us. And who can go against that, right? So once in a while, go ahead and repair all your gear. You'll want to do this because if you don't, you're going to be sorry and you're going to be crying the blues. Now, I think when you repair your gear, I didn't realize this, but I think you lose. Yeah, I didn't realize this, but you might. Do you or don't you? Sometimes I seem to be losing the soul thing, or maybe these ones don't provide it. Maybe this gear can't provide the spirit bond. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm not sure how that mechanic works. It might have a weird thing like that. Okay, so let's check on our market, see if we have some of those items that we made. So vintage Kane. So there's nobody selling a vintage Kane, and this was probably mine today that sold, so that was great. So right off the bat, we need to make another vintage Kane. Walnut fishing rod. And we're going to check walnut fishing rod. That's me, so I'm the only one there, so that's good. Rosewood. And we have one left, so we had one that sold, and then we have one to go. So rosewood fishing rod. We're probably the only one selling yet, so we're selling the only two, whatever you call those, HQ ones. So that's awesome. And then weathered pickaxe. There's probably none anymore, but it's probably good to just go weathered and then just go through the list of them. So it's up to you if you want to go through all of them. I usually just go for the tools because they seem to go. But if we go and check withered pickaxe, you can see that no one else, I'm not selling them, and the 29 there. So you got weathered sledgehammer. Don't know if these actually sell. Actually, somebody did buy one, but look at when they last bought it, like a million years ago. Whether or not it'll sell, that's a hit and miss on that because you just don't really know. Because it doesn't happen, right? So if you look at the withered hatchet, things like that, you can make a bit of money off of that, which is not too bad. Withered fishing rod, things like that. So I guess I have no withered up on the market, so that's something I should look into, right? Like, let's talk to my Stone Legion guy here, and yeah, let's check the... You can do this too. I don't know what's on his inventory right now, so... Oh, I've stored some of the basic materials on here, so I have it when I need it. Because I've used a lot of this for the crafting here. So look at all the fishing rods, and yeah, I got a lot of this stuff set here. Why is this... let's compare that. So we don't have the best on there anymore. So he has it on for 37, right? So if you really want to be a smartass, which you really should, you should be like this. People usually pick what's lowest on the list anyways, and the idea is that you kind of want to win that, right? And I don't think these are... Yeah, we're the only ones selling those. Okay, so... And then you got the walnut fishing rod. I think we already checked that yet. We got the U fishing rod. No, we haven't checked our U fishing rods yet. Let's see if anyone else is competing with us. So unfortunately, somebody is competing with us, so we can bring down the prices on this. Like, it wasn't that much to make anyways. But that way we can stay a little more competitive against whoever. And they're going to, these are going to crash eventually, right? I'm going to be fighting with other people. They'll either give up or I'll give up. And then that's it. It's forgotten about, and that, till next time kind of thing. So somebody is also doing this. Is that the same guy again? I think he's showing up a couple of times. So 47,999. And we'll bring these down. I think we did this for the quest, and I'm like, oh, damn, those go for something. I mean, people might use it for themselves, like get it as a class thing, but it was also used for, I believe, something we had to make in hand-in, I believe. I could be wrong, but keep that in mind. So if we go in here, I'm good. If we check these guys, yeah, I'm good in here too. So there you go. So we're pretty good there. I'm happy with that. So we have to... We don't have to, but I think I would make a vintage Kane basically at this point. So let's see what we're gonna need for that. Vintage. Okay, so oh yeah, this requires a splintered Kane and it requires a growth formula gamma. So growth form, and the thing is, at the time there was only one person selling the form. Yeah. So this is interesting. I don't know why. You can see I paid for it. I don't know why, but this one just doesn't exist really. So, oh, and let's get the Kane while we're here now. Which one was it? So you can, if you wanted to, what you can do is, I lost the Kane, didn't I? It's in my favorites anyways, I think. Isn't it? No, you know what? I think I found it later on, and it was just like, oh, this works. Oh yeah, here it is. It's a vintage Kane. So if you go here, you can right-click the copy of the name here, and then you can paste it in there. So shortcut. Probably works great on the PS4 as well. That's probably why it exists more for the PS4. Look at this. So you can buy this. So instead of me wasting my time even crafting it, I can grab it. Now this might not work. See this? It's not letting you select it. It's because it's in your inventory here. So keep in mind, you're going to have to drag it in here so you have it. There you go. So let's check another world, because that growth formula, even if you pay a few K for it, isn't a bad idea. So I don't know why we have none here. That's just how it is. So this is another world, and let's just go with the first one. And honestly, I'm not going to probably go and check every single one with the cheapest one. You know, like, yes, you can save some money, of course, over time. But time is money, too, I guess you can think of. And growth. There you go. Growth formula. So I think I said gamma, right? Well, let's just double check. We don't want to be a noob and get the wrong. Yeah, growth formula gamma. So let's see if anyone's selling it here. Oh, here you go. Look at that. That's a lot, but I don't want that much. So in this case, it's like either you buy a lot of it, which is quite expensive. You can also look at its movement here. See when it moves. So you can see it does move from time to time. You could consider, some people do buy them in lots. So I could consider, I mean, this is kind of a risk, to be honest. I could consider buying a bunch of them and then reselling them and seeing if I can make a profit off of that too. So when that happens, I prefer, let's just go to here's, that way I have the copied name. If I do that, I do prefer trying to get a better deal, or at least looking at other servers just to see, you know, what they're like. And it looks like you don't need many either, so if you sell even just a couple at a time, you might be cornering it just for that reason too, right? So there you go. And I should even look into that and see if more of those, whatever that profession is that can make them, if it is a profession, you know, what's the, you know, how, like what to level, do they have any other things that are interested price, things like that. So you can see these are kind of high too, so overall, they're quite high on these servers. So, you know, just being able to bring those over from another world might be a really good idea. Oops, sorry. So this is kind of how you do it. You just, you know, you skip around and check them over and over. But the copy and paste, really lovely feature. I hope you guys on PS4, you can use a mouse and keyboard and like act like an actual computer. I know that for a fact because I've tried that before. And if I traveled often, I'd probably be doing that more often as well. But anyways, long story short, you can definitely use a keyboard and mouse on the PS4. And you know, you might like it, or at least use it from time to time for doing maybe even things like this. For those who are used to a controller, it might be easier that way. I really don't know. But you know, that's kind of like up to you how that works. But you know, the keyboard and mouse is an option anyways, and it might even make your life a little easier doing stuff like this. So yeah, so I said, you know, time is money, but because I'm finding an opportunity to make money from this, I'm now wanting to go around and check out what there is and what I can do and things like that. So, and by the way, if you press, oh, I've done it a few times, X. Okay, so if you press X, and it's probably an option on the PS4 as well. Okay, so see this guy? I can't click the summoning bell, right? It's going to click him, right? But if you hold X, now it's clicking through the player. So this actually hides their name, but it doesn't only just hide their name. It makes it so you click through them, so you can click any objective that's not a player. Really awesome feature, and you can even click the NPCs and stuff through players. So just something I realized the other day, and I feel like it's a good feature for crowded areas. So look at this one. This one's selling 2 of them. I'm just going to buy them anyways because I need them. But yeah. I might check the other ones just for fun. We now know that the first one is the way to go, though, for sure. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah, so we're on the next one, H. It's in alphabetical order, by the way. And I probably should know my alphabets better like that. Well, I know my alphabets, but sometimes my brain just doesn't do the right ordering, and, you know. It's like, you know, you go with your gut kind of thing, but I don't do that really, so I punish myself usually. I make life harder. Yeah, so as you see, you know, we were just running from place to place, and you're definitely seeing what I'm seeing now, so there's definitely opportunities here, which is kind of cool. I might as well go through them all because we've after this next one, we have one to go, and then we'll probably go back to the first one. So we might as well, right? It's worthwhile. Go. Oh, look at that. Well, you know what? I don't think I'll sell them in bulk just yet, maybe, because they're being sold in lower amounts. So I'll try putting them a lot higher, but, you know, like single ones. And then if that doesn't work out, or if it works out or whatever, I can even consider doing more. If it's like the same person that keeps buying it, then maybe I can even put more on for even similar price. If you can put little samples on and make a buck, I think that's worth it. Oh, I'm really lost, aren't I? I swear I'm not new to the game. Okay, and there you go. So yeah, quite high. So there you go. We got those. We'll throw some of those on the market because they're gonna make us a buck. And then yeah, let's go back home. And so even in the end, if these sell at whatever ridiculous price I set them to, then I didn't waste too much time either, right? Like kind of won there. So. Now, the only thing is, I think if you are off your homeworld, you don't see any sales, and possibly I don't think any sales show up. Like, you'd have to talk to the NPC. The gold on the NPCs don't show up either until you refresh the NPC, or maybe log in and out. I'm not quite sure how that works. So, okay, so let's go ahead and let's put... because it seems worthwhile, right? So sell items from your inventory on the market. So let's check this out here. So no one bought anything. You can see the prices from time to time. And so you can ask for like 15, you know, something stupid even, right? Like just be stupid sometimes. Somebody will probably buy it. So we'll do 4, and there you go. If somebody wants them and needs them, there they go. And it just means win-win for us and, you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and make this. So we can select this and we can do all this. Now I'm going to want to put this through the calculator, so give me a sec. Okay, we should probably switch our class here too. I'm guessing I could probably put this on the bar now because I do use it from time to time quite often now. So I don't think that's a big deal. And just make sure our gear is updated and stuff. I just want to double check my numbers are still roughly the same. Yep, yeah. Okay, so we're good. So let's go ahead and we'll grab that, and then yeah, that should be it. And then we'll hit our macro. There we go. And then it should finish up here. Boom. And there you go. Just like that. Now, I'm thinking, I wonder if we can make anything with their... I don't know how or if you can get withered anything. I was just thinking, hey, can I just go ahead and get a couple withered items and just, you know, throw them on there? But, nah. So... what we'll do is go to this NPC here, and we'll do our withering stuff. So we'll do. It seems like the low level stuff is what. Oh, sorry, wrong one. It's over here, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah, wrong class. I'm like trying to do this, it's not working, why not? I guess I could go back to one of my other guys anyways. There you go. So, land, sorry. And the hands, some of them will probably sell as just as well, to be honest. But the ones we've been doing is these guys here. So, here you go. So we got the wither one, and then, there you go. And withered hatchet, and then withered fishing rod, and there you go. And by the way, I don't think these two stack, because I raced my friend the other day, and he only had this, and he was doing the same speed while I had this and this running. So I think something I read about that either got hotfixed or changed or whatever. I know that was a long time ago I brought that up, and who knows what it is these days, but I'm just letting you know. So, see, there's a lot of people on the summoning bell. Some people like to just stand on the summoning bell, so that's a good opportunity just to, you know. Okay. So sell items on your inventory. Now, they won't be in your regular inventory because, you know, except this one because we crafted that, right? So here we'll go and put this on, and that sold for, yeah, so we had that as 40, I guess. Oh, no, there's one on. Wait, 1 minute. Search results. Somebody just put one on there. Mother of. There you go. Whatever. We're undercutting them now, right? So, makes me want to check some of these other prices. Did we check all these already? I think we might have. Anyways, okay, so Control I. And we'll see. We'll just put 2 of these up because we only have room for 2 right now. So that's that price. The fishing one probably actually goes for the most anyways. Like, sells probably most of the time. So, 18001. There you go. And then I'm thinking, I wonder who out of this, probably pickaxe. I mean, mining's awesome, but it doesn't mean more people mine either, right? But they trickle out, right? So this might not sell for a couple days. I wonder what the sales look like on this one. I wonder if they trickle faster or not. Nah, they look even worse. I think mentally I'd probably say mining would be like if you really wanted a profession and you weren't just grabbing one where you live kind of thing. I think that would be the one, so... 29001. There you go. And you have that in there. And then you can throw this one in your inventory to separate them or put them on the NPC itself, right? There you go. So there you have it, my friends. Will we make money? You know, that's up to people if they want to buy it. Just a suggestion here, going through things like this, you know, I find the lower levels, nothing really sells like for a good price, but up here, some of them sell a bit more. If you get towards the cap too much, then it doesn't. These ones, maybe, but even then, it's like, in these ranges, like up in this area, you just, you know, like clicking on something like, oh, okay, let's click this, you know, this is what I did. I copied it. I checked, you know, like what they were going for. And then I'd be like, oh, okay. And then I would be like, okay, let's check history. And I look here, and I'm like, oh, okay, here's the history. Actually, somebody's put these in recently, and I looked at this recently, and I know that 90's been there for a couple days, and it hasn't sold. But even the regular one, look how much people are paying for that, and they bought that just a couple of days ago. So right off the bat, I can see, oh, okay, there's a profit here to be made, and I can make some of this, and then that's what I do. I go off and make that, you know, that fishing rod and list it on there. So it's kind of like the way I've been running things. Okay, so now that we're finished that, let's go ahead and do, actually, let's do my thing here. I'm going to see what we can do with this. So we're going to go and get my timers up, and we're going to do this here. So let me take a picture here, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on my other screen here. So cedar fishing rod. Wait, isn't that something we were selling or making? Anyway, cedar fishing. It's like, okay, so I can make one probably a lot cheaper than what they're selling it for. Doesn't mean that I want to... Oh, actually, don't forget I want a high quality. So look at, there's no high quality there. So this is where it's like, okay, maybe I want to make one by hand. So that's what I'll probably end up doing. So there you go, cedar fishing rod. I actually need a different material that I'm not used to. Mithrite nugget. So this is a good way of me just copy it and Googling it quickly. So let's see what it says when I Google it. So the source I prefer is the console one. So requirement level 51 blacksmithing, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about. Use for, don't care about. Where is this sold? Oh, purchase. It's purchased by Vath Stick Peddler. So Vath Stick Peddler is in a place that I have never, ever, ever heard of before. Some weird forest place that I just have no clue what it is. I think that's like a high-level area, right? So at that point, we know we're not going to get it. So what we look at is now the prices then. So we're going to go ahead and just copy the name here and see what I can get this for. So here's the nugget. Look at that. I can get one. I need two of them. So it's not too bad. What about the cedar lumber? I don't know if we went through cedar lumber myself. Like, I don't know if I went ahead and went through all that. So you can right-click here and do search for item. And I actually have cedar lumber, so that's not too bad. So I can use my own. What does cedar lumber go for anyway? So it's very cheap, so it's not a big deal. And then cedar branch, same idea. Copy item name. And I might even have some, so not too bad, you know. You can get whatever here, and then just search for blah, blah, blah. Or sorry, search for item. I think I might have. No, I don't have that. So there you go. So I'll probably go ahead and make that by hand just because I do have the potential to do that, and it's not so bad. Okay, so let's check out some other stuff. Let's do my daily gathering ones. So this obsidian here. And to get an HQ version of it, it costs 2,000. I can go to another server and find one, but oh, you need 10 of them. So, yeah, not worth it there. That I'll probably... Ooh, excuse me. Could I find better deal on another server? More than likely. I don't care because I can get 11 here, and that's kind of what I want anyways. So I'm going to go and purchase it and then use that anyway. So I don't mind making, you know, my time is money too kind of thing. And so you can be too crazy. Oh, birch sap, sorry. But there's, you know, just some of this stuff is like, you know what, never mind. So this guy is putting them in 10s. He clearly thought, hey, I can make money doing this. And guess what? He was right. Mitten, crab. So this one's only one, so don't get more than one. And look at that. It's dirt cheap. So there you go. So we can go ahead and hand those 3 in, and right off the bat, we're already in the races here. And then how many of my things do I have? Okay. I just don't want to overgo over it. So we'll go here. And then I'm going to hand that quest in before we were doing it for the promotion. So I did finish it. We finished the hunting log in the dungeon. And then I guess probably not we. I probably did that off camera. And then, so yeah, the hunting log is all cut up. Sorry. So you can see we're all cut up. But you can't get the next one until you get your promotion, I guess. So we'll have to go and do that. Plus, we'll hand this in, which was the other dungeon we did. That we've done before, but I had to do it again for the promotion. So there you go. And then if we go over here, we should be able to apply for a promotion now. So there you go. So we have to give him a hefty price here for it. But there you go. We're now going to be current rank, Chief Storm Sergeant, or that's what we're going to... Second Storm Lieutenant. There you go. Okay. So... So basically we can buy land now and we can own, you know, property and things like that. But it also says you can change. And from my understanding, you can change. You don't lose your rank and stuff like that, but you can only do it every 15 days. And I guess there's achievements and blah, blah, blah as well related to that. So switching to another one, maybe working on that stuff, things like that might be worthwhile doing. Or maybe you just want to take a break or whatever, check their, you know, maybe some of their story or whatever. So... Okay, so it looks like it's doing become a squadron commander. Ah, that's another time. Okay. Oh, I think you're forced into that. I can't even do promotions at this point. Ah, okay. I'll just become the squadron commander. There you go. I think you can actually send squads out and things like that. I don't know much about it. Okay. I'm hoping it just lets us... Oh, Adventure Squadrons unlocked. Okay. That's not so bad. Oh, that's it. It wasn't even... okay. So look at that. You can do this, and I've never done this ever. I'll go ahead and check it out anyways, just for fun. I just wanted to level up my damn rank, but I guess there's more to it, you know. So here you go. You got your stuff in here. You got... Oh, okay. So you got your... You have access to this stuff in here as well, which is kind of cool. And then you got this guy who probably has some quests and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So, enlistment papers. So it sounds like you earn them over time, but I have none now. Wouldn't have I just gotten them now? That's interesting. But I have these guys, right? So, oh, look at this. Change class. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, what the heck? Holy crap, that's like a whole new episode and stuff like that. And you can get squadron glamours and everything else. Okay. And then I guess there might be some new stuff in here somewhere. I don't know if it'd be under here or a different menu. Like I said, we'll figure this one out over time. This is definitely a whole new... Basically, the game just changed it into a whole new cool thing, right? Companion's my bird, right? Just making sure. But it said something about timers here. So, adventure. Confirm the status of your squadron. Squadron orders, new orders. So, let me look this up for a sec. Okay, so... I think it makes sense because you don't go with them on parties, I guess, at this point. Instead, you send them on missions. But a light party is 4 members, so I guess if you talk to them... yeah, it says you talk to them, they tell you, but I don't think I've actually heard that. So, I mean, recruits need at least 1 more member before you can call ourselves a squadron. Ah, there you go. So, there you go. So, you occasionally... Okay, so you unlock it through the hunter log. There you go. That makes sense. Derp, derp, derp. That's what happens when you're not fully paying attention to it. And I mean, I briefly looked over that, but I just said, okay, I know how to recruit more, but why can't I do anything with it? And it's like, buddy, just read what I say. So if you read the hunting log here, we have these unlocked now. So these are, you know, I can go around and kill these wherever, and which will be great. So that's good for that. Let's apply it for my promotions here, by the way. Wait, what? Huh. I guess you're not allowed to do it till maybe you work more on, say, the other stuff, I guess. I don't know. That's interesting. Anyways, you can have up to 50, which is great. So that's nice. So we can go ahead and do this stuff now, I guess. So let's go ahead and do that. Get that done. There we go. And I haven't touched fishing for ages. I stopped touching them at like 20, basically. And it's just leveling itself every day, which is kind of a nice feature. And as long as you're working on filling up that, you know, filling up the, you know, this daily thing, you know, it works out really well, so. There you go. So my mining is level 62, if you think about that. So it's a whole, like, every expansion after this one. So this goes to 50, and then it's like the expansion goes from 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, right? There's 3 expansions. And this is already an expansion, you know, plus another expansion. Into the second expansion. We haven't even touched the first expansion. So that's kind of the rank of these, which is not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of nice in some ways, I guess. Because they're a little ahead, and I actually bought myself some gear. So if you check my miner here, I decided screw it, just to have a little higher chances on my gathering and stuff. I went ahead and bought myself like a new pickaxe. This is a level 120. It's level 57. 120 is not even that high, but still compared to what I had, it was way higher, right? I got myself this thing. This is the funny part here. This one here I was able to get for a decent price, and it's level 170 item level, so that kind of like really cranks up the item level quite a bit. The rest of the gear sucks. Eventually I'll fill it in, but because I'm finding that I'm not really making much out of mining, and even then it's like the rare nodes, and then they're kind of hit and miss. I find like maybe filling in, doing the crafting stuff is kind of a nice way to do things right now, so just letting you know what's happening there. So if we go back to our botanist here, we can go here, and you can also do your provisioning, blah, 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 and expert delivery, and just go through some of this stuff. So you know, for the dungeons, when I do the dungeons, if I get some random stuff in it, that's, you know, where I hand them in, and that's where I'm getting these seals. So, and you should probably make sure, I think all this stuff is usually market prohibited, but maybe double check, because it would suck if you put something on there you could sell, but I mean, if you could, it probably would be just so common anyways that it wouldn't make much money. So I don't know if any of these are carpenters. I'll just ignore this stuff for now then. Yeah, because if I touch this, I'll probably screw up something. Actually, sash, that I can get rid of because I have a proper sash, and I'm using it now, actually, so that can go. So look at the nice amount I got from that. Look at this thing. You get 978 seals. So seals kind of crank up down the road, as you can see, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll leave this stuff alone then. So anyways, hopefully that was a fulfilling episode, making a bit of money and just, you know, ranking up there, and yeah, just kind of like one of my daily things that I do. And hopefully you learned something. Maybe I'll learn some stuff from you guys in your comments and stuff, and we'll go from there. So anyways, thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff. And we will see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.